Okay, so now that we have all of our controllers and stuff like that pretty much set up, there's a couple other little things you could do related to your pole vectors. You could try to attach them. You could connect them to the shoulders if you think that makes sense. It's really up to what you think the rig should be doing. But I'm going to leave them sort of free so they can do their own thing. And the last thing though is we're going to look at this tricky part. And this is the controllers for the clavicles. Okay, the clavicles are a bit odd because basically we want to be able to kind of shrug our shoulders, right? So if we lift our shoulders up, the clavs don't really move themselves. The clavs aren't moving up and down compared to the neck or chest. They stay where they are, but the shoulders move up away from the chest or down from the neck, depending on which direction you're going. And so you can sort of shrug your shoulders, and that's where these clavicle joints come in. So we can do that by creating a single chain IK between the clavicle and the shoulder, and then creating controllers to do it. So let's go ahead and create that. I'm going to hide the body for a second. Oops, wrong one. There we go. So that all I'm seeing are the controllers and the joints. All right, did we already create that? Oh, we already did, that's right. So we've already created the IK itself. So now we just need a controller to control it. Sorry, I forgot we did that. So let's go back, bring the body back so we can see what's going on. And I'm going to use a pole vector controller to do this for now. So let's go to, which controller? The pole vector. So I have my pole vector controller right here. And I'll make sure this little box is selected. And I'm going to hold V and middle mouse and drag right onto this joint. And then I'm going to scale it up. And then this time I'm going to rotate it forward like this and then rotate it out. Alright, and then I'm going to move it outward a little and then upwards a little, just kind of like this. Okay. So to mirror this over, we're going to freeze its transformations. So I'm going to say modify freeze transformations. All right, and let's snap the pivot point right to the center. Ugh, come on. DX. I was holding V. That would explain it. Okay, so with that selected, I'm going to select the scale in X, and I'm going to hit -1, and that'll snap it, which I guess I should duplicate it before I do that. So let me select that pole vector again, hit Control D to duplicate it, and then set it to -1. Alright, and then I'm going to modify freeze transformations. And I'm just going to select them both, edit, delete by type, history, and actually we're not done yet. So now I need to move the pivot points for each one. So I'm going to select this, and let me hide the body again, and I'm going to say D. I'm going to hit W first for move, then I'm going to hold D and V for sort of snapping my pivot to a point, and I'm just going to snap it right there. Alright, and I'm going to select this one and do the same thing. Hold D and V and a middle mouse and drag right to the clavicle. And did I do this clavicle or the shoulder? Oh, it shouldn't be the clavicle, it needs to be the shoulder anyway. So let me make sure the other one is correct as well. It's the IK that we're worried about. Okay. Alright, so let me bring the body back. Now I'm going to, one more time, just to be absolutely safe, I'm going to say modify freeze transformations, edit, delete by type, history. Alright, so we've got the clavicle kind of set up or ready to go, and we're going to do the controllers in a separate video just so you can kind of come back to it if you have any issues.